We need to talk about drug prices, which is a huge topic in the US right now. Pfizer decided not to raise drug prices or reverse them after tweets from Donald Trump. What is your stance on political influence on drug prices?
Well, if you go into more or less any country in the world, you will find that either the government or payers negotiate prices with drug manufacturers, for instance. They do the same with medical device manufacturers, or they negotiate what hospitals get paid. So that's a standard. That's a standard thing. What's new in the U.S. is that the president himself would get involved in this. But there's quite a few new things in the U.S. these days. I cannot comment on the actions by Pfizer specifically. What I know is that these were actually about off-patent products that compete with generics, which is an entirely different area. But obviously, the president has talked to my colleague at Pfizer, and then they chose to take this action. I believe that medicines should be priced according to the value that they bring to the patient and to society, and that we need to move to a so-called outcomes-based a reward system. Much of our systems in healthcare, be it in the US, be it in Europe, be it elsewhere, are still based on a 19th century logic, i.e. we pay for certain activities to be performed, or we pay for the number of pills or injections and so on. I think that is wrong today. We should negotiate deals with payers or with governments or with whoever is the right institution based on what the result for the patients is going to be. And in today's world with big data, with so-called real-life data, and with when we apply so-called registries, it's not so difficult to do that. So my prediction is that we will move away from putting a price to a pill or a drug as such toward incentivizing treatment outcome.
But what would that mean for patients? Would they pay less or more in the end?
Well, it would mean that only those, but actually patients in Europe mostly don't pay out of pocket. In the US it's somewhat different. The US has a complex situation. It should result in a situation where we pay only for medicines that are being used in the right way, in the right patient, and that have worked.
And you think that's realistic?
I think so.